everybody, and welcome to another episode of 3 Idiots, 1 Trailer. I'm one of your hosts, Thomas Billsborrow, spotter for Z Racing, driver and spotter for D6 Racing, driver and owner of the AZC GT3 team, Oak City Motorsports. I'm joined with the other 2 idiots here.
Well, wait. We're not in a trailer, though, this time. We're in a nice, warm garage.
We were in one last time.
Yeah.
No, well, we were outside last time, so now we're inside of a warmer garage.
That's true, yeah.
Ordeal.
Yep, you'll notice the car behind us.
So,
we do have a couple of extra seats
I'm glad we're inside. But I'm David Hall, driver of the number 21 Legend car. Also a spotter for TJ here in the 77 mini stock whenever he decides to get it on the track. Might be this year, I hope. And crew chief for him a little bit this year. And our last one.
Yep. And I'm your third idiot, TJ, and I am not sure why I'm here.
Now, you'll notice we do have 2 extra chairs here. The car behind us and all the trophies might give it away for who our guests are tonight. We have a tag team duo, father and son, coming on the show tonight. Some say that this young man can not only win a Legends feature, a late model feature, but also a best hair competition all in the same day. Ladies and gentlemen, Carson and Noah Haislip, come on down to Chinatown. Good to see you. Good to see you. Noah, good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Welcome on. Hi, good to see you. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Welcome to the show. You guys doing okay?
Doing good.
Yeah. Carson, tell us a little bit about 2025. What are some of the highs, some of the lows? Bring us through the year.
Yeah, we definitely had a really good year. Definitely had some lows, a lot of highs. But we did have a couple lows. We destroyed a race car in the car store race in Wake County, which is one race we really look forward to every year. And that's kind of one of the bigger races for me to shine in. So I was really disappointed to not only wreck, but destroy a race car. We had to build a new one. So that was definitely the lows, but some of the highs. We won 11 late model races at Wake County. That's a pretty big number. So on top of that, we won the championship. It was only my second year full-time at late model. So to be able to win a championship in front of, honestly, a lot of people each Friday night, super cool. And also for our team, we worked really hard. So definitely the highs were a lot of wins and the championships.
Yeah. Now, that's not your first championship either. We have, your championship trophy behind us from your national title in the Legend cars. So that's Legend car, correct me if I'm wrong, Legend car championship at Wake, national title at Wake, and now late model championships. So that's 3 championships?
2. I won 2 in a row at Wake in Legends.
Oh, okay.
And then Winter Nationals championship. Summer shootout.
So I had the short list of championships.
We've won a
You had
handful.
the local championships, not the national ones.
We've won a handful of championships, but definitely the cooler one was national championship, and Wake County late model one was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got enough trophies behind us to not only stack the top of the car, but the wall behind us too. So well accomplished, that's for sure. I want to chat a little bit about what got you into all of this. Like, where did it all start? How did it all kind of come to fruition?
Yeah, so I went to Wake Christian Academy. It's right on the other side of the road, and I always heard them every day or every Friday night most of the time. And I heard it enough, and we ended up going to some of the races. We went, I think, a full season in a row, and I was like, this is something I want to do. So we rented a car and started in the bandos. I raced those for about a year, and then moved up into the Legend car. But it really all came from hearing them at school, and then we're just renting a car and going from there.
Yeah.
Did Noah have any influence on you going in there?
I mean, yes and no. I don't ride roller coasters. I'm not a crazy guy about doing anything crazy, but we'll get in a race car. I tried dirt bike racing. That wasn't my cup of tea. I've tried many of things, and to be honest, I didn't really know what I was going to think about racing, but with the right people around me and the right coaching, right mentorship, I've made it to where I am now.
Yeah. For Noah, how did you get all into racing, and how did it kind of transition into getting Carson involved? I don't think that you just kind of woke up one day and say, hey, I have an idea.
No, my family's always been involved in racing since I was a baby. I grew up in Robertsonville, North Carolina. East Carolina Motor Speedway was our home track. Years later, but we spent every Saturday night at Wilson County Speedway. Wilson County Speedway slowed down. We moved over to County Line. We spent a lot of time on the dirt, watching when he got to put his number on the car this year. We got to watch Shelton McNair Jr. a lot growing up, and that was I was a huge fan of Shelton. Always loved racing. I guess when I was 13, 14 years old, for some reason I decided to get a go-kart, start racing go-karts. Went from go-karts to, we built a stock look-alike car at Robertsonville, basically a Monte Carlo, and tried to have a blast, had no money. Very poor racing for me down in Robertsonville. We didn't have a lot of money, not a lot of resources, but we love racing, so we still went out there and had a good time. I did that for years, and then messed around, and then in 2002, my daughter was born, and racing became history. Up until that one night, he decided that we went to Wake County, saw the bandos, saw the racing, and next thing you know, we're renting a Bandolero, and then we owned a couple, and the rest is history.
Who did you rent? Just random question. Who did you rent that first bando from? Is that individual still around supplying bandoleros?
Yeah, absolutely. We rented it from Chris East, Redhead Racing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He hooked us up with that first ride. Gave him some great pointers, and we had a couple of races with Chris and his team with the Bradley boys, and that got us into the bando racing. It was a lot of fun. He wasn't very fast to start with. I think his sister actually, after his first race, I think she came up and said, "You do realize this is a race, right? You're supposed to go fast." So he had a learning curve there, but no, we appreciate Chris and Redhead for getting us involved. We ended up buying a car later, and shortly thereafter, and right there at COVID actually. So tracks closed down that year. We bought the first car, and then it was a different story from there. But we had a lot of fun with it.
So when you upgraded from the Bandolero, what made you decide to move into the Legend car?
Oh, really? I mean, I wouldn't say I was. I didn't want to keep myself in them too long. I knew we had met Dylan Spain, and he's really influential on getting in the Legend car. And you do learn a ton in the Legend car. It's nothing like you'll ever drive. I've drove a lot of types of cars, and Legend car is definitely the hardest thing to drive. So obviously I knew that was going to be a learning curve. I knew it was going to be something I had to work hard for, and more so you got to learn how to race a lot more. You got to learn how to drive a lot harder, and I feel like sitting in a Legend car will teach you how to drive about anything. So more than anything, it was just the experience thing and getting comfortable in a twitchy car and something you really have to handle the whole time.
Now, you still have the track record, I think, at Wake County, per lap time. It's a 275, right?
275, yep.
I don't think anybody. I think the closest. We were just talking about this earlier today. I think the closest was.
Don't look at me. I'm not beating that. I can tell you that right now. There's no chance of beating.
Come on, Dave.
I think the closest anybody has come.
I think if I beat it, the car's going to be wrecked in the next corner. If I do it.
Hey, but you still beat it though.
Yeah.
It'll count.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, Dylan Spain's been influential to a lot of guys, and I mean, Josh Lowe, his former teammate, he just won it too, and Dylan can put a Legend car program together.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best in the business.
I think Josh has come the closest to beating your record. I think it was like a high 3 that he ran at some point. So you still got a comfortable.
Joe Smith was close. He ran a lap faster in the race, but per how they say a track record works is qualifying. I think he ran 1,000th better than me in the race. But that qualifying was 2 laps, so green, white, checkered was a 275, and that was, I believe, on the throwback night. We put the 7 on there, Dylan Spain 7.
Yep.
And set the track record, and that was honestly one of our most dominating performances at Wake County.
You've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
You've had a handful of those.
Very.
Moving into our next topic, let's chat a little bit about some of your biggest wins. What has made some of them so special? You have a full wall of trophies behind. If you want to show off your favorite one, I'd love to know what your favorite win is.
Yeah, obviously, this big guy behind me here, this was my semi-pro national championship trophy. I won this in Las Vegas, and, it's something you got to work hard for. You got to get all the way out to Las Vegas, and it's a track I never saw. Dylan never saw either. So going there, kind of just throwing what we had at it, and I think we made one adjustment the whole weekend, and brought a really fast car, and we qualified on the pole, won our heat race, and we won the feature. So this was a big one. It's super cool. It actually works. You can pull the slot down and it spins it, and well, if you win,
That was close.
yeah, it was,
It was close, yeah.
if you win, it'll go off. But if you do win, you can just push this button, or you don't push it, but naturally it'll do it if you match a 7 in the bars or all 7s, whatever.
It's a very Vegas style trophy.
It is very.
It's a very Vegas trophy.
You can put coins in, it'll spit them back out. But there's also some other cool trophies to me. The national championship trophy, that one was pretty cool. It's a big cup.
That's right. This is the Asphalt Nationals in Vegas.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
At the bull ring out there. right?
Ring.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The one behind the car over there is it was a Young Lion, my summer shootout belt. That was a really cool one. You don't really see a lot of belts get won nowadays, so that was cool. That was I think that was 2022, and we went into that, won the first race. I think we won 3 or 4, and just kept consistently finishing in the top 5, and we were able to come out with a championship. But another one is cool at Wake County. I mean, we get all the bulls, so we've got a fair share of bulls.
You got a whole herd of them up there.
A cool win to me was a week after my grandma passed. I won my first ever late model race, and that was a really cool one for me. Not only me, but my family and Alex too, my whole team. You know, we worked hard for it, and to finally get one, it was really cool. It was a really good family moment, and that one was cool. But it is just another bull.
Yeah.
I wish it had something different, but I still know it's my first late model win. I have the date marked under it, so
Yeah.
something really cool to remember and look back on for sure.
Now, we've seen a little bit different. TJ, if you could slide just a little bit this way. Your number that you've raced with primarily has been the 08, but we saw you a little bit, it was the M3 throughout a little bit of this year. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that was a throwback scheme, like he was saying, Shelton McNair Jr.
Okay, yeah.
That was honestly the reason when I started Bandoleros, that was the reason I painted it blue. I loved the look on the car, and now that we were racing late models and doing a throwback, we had a blue car, so it was only fitting to do the M3, and I really liked the numbered color, all the color pattern. It's everything now is just white and black in solid colors. You don't see anything like this. So to bring something to the track like that and bring it back to life, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can tell you from a spotter perspective too, bring flashy colors. It'll make it easier to find your car instead of
Definitely.
everybody.
Sticks out.
Yeah, instead of everybody
right.
driving the same white or the same black one.
Yes.
Like
trying to look
Seth
for the same
Demas.
black car.
I think Seth
Yeah,
Demas
you
is
look
like
for-
yeah.
Which black car out there? Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Seth Demas about it because he has that gold legend.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I can be up there spotting, and I always know where you are because you're the only gold car out there.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
A little bit of spotter advice: please paint your cars a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Flashy.
Yeah, flashy. Yeah. Next question is for Noah. I want to know what goes through your mind when you see Carson out there racing at a high level. Do you ever get like anxious or nervous about anything? Like, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, that's probably a better question for my wife. She's probably the more anxious one. I have to go back to the legend car. So when he hops in a legend car, my stomach's in knots, my heart's beating, it's racing. You know, your open wheels, tight quarters, the bumpers are being used left and right. You could be rolling those cars at any time. So I get really nervous watching the legend cars. I love watching them drive them, but I get really nervous in those. In the late model, once the race starts, I feel pretty good. I feel good in his ability for the most part. I feel good in what Alex and Donnie's given him to drive. Very confident in what he's got out there. I feel like he's pretty safe. So I don't really get that nervous in the late model. Thanksgiving Classic, big races, Cars Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some nerves there. You're running against some really high dollar, no budget teams with our little bitty budget that we have. We can only run a handful of those a year if we're lucky. So I get really nervous, that we're gonna destroy something. Sometimes that happens, but outside of that, just the legend cars make me nervous.
Yeah, you did
Late
great
model's not too
in
bad.
the Thanksgiving Classic too. By the way,
Thank
I was in the
Thank
stands watching that one with Zach Brown.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be really good.
You did great in that one. It was
We
awesome.
were watching on TV. I was like, dang, Carson could win this thing.
You were
Yeah.
you were not only running in it, but you were leading laps.
Yeah,
in
we
it,
took
too.
when we took the lead. everybody else behind me had already taken tires, and I'm still on, 160 lap tires?
Yeah, they were
Something
like,
that.
he's on old tires. I'm like,
we heard-
don't look like it.
We heard after the race that none of those guys are really saving, and I mean, I was still riding at that point. I didn't know any different, but no, we were really good there. Just some damage from stuff we couldn't control, kind of shot us out of it, but we still were really good. You know, like you said, you're racing against some pretty big teams where we have 3 crew guys to their 10 crew guys. You know, we have to bring in some helpers that are willing to just come help and spend the day at the racetrack to push the car around. You know, some of those people, they have 10, 20 guys, whatever you have for your team. But, I mean, I have countless people who come out and help just on their own dime and help us push the car around, do certain things that, you know, they can do, while other guys, Donnie and Alex and everybody else, or a few others, are trying to dial the car in. You know, we have some people to change tires, fuel it up, just take some of the, I guess, the work out of Alex and Donnie's brain to try and really dial the car in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can never really get enough when it comes to help at the track. We've talked about it in a
Absolutely.
previous episode for people who are looking to get involved. Just ask. You know,
Absolutely.
Worst
Yeah.
it,
Just ask. That's right.
yeah,
Everybody can use an extra set of hands.
yeah. The
Definitely.
worst that you'd hear is no from somebody, and then somebody else probably does need help. So
Yeah, we'll give you a roll.
there's definitely room for you on
Yeah.
someone's team. That's for sure. Moving on to our next topic. I want to know how it is working with Alex Fleming, and how was it working with Dylan Spain? Can you get into that a little bit about how those two, you know, operate?
Yeah, so I'll start with Dylan. I actually met him so during COVID, I was still racing bandos, and Wake County and Southern National partnered together for iRacing series. And in a street stock race, Dylan actually had qualified on the pole, and somehow he spun out. So he went to the back. And at this time, I'm younger. I wasn't a great iRacer. Still not a great iRacer, but better. But he was going around me, spun me out. So I think it was Mr. Brown or Mr. Andrew, that I was mad at Dylan because he spun me out. Because I ended up hitting the wall, knocked me out of the race. I blew up like 10 laps later from front end damage. And I told him I was mad. Well, he stopped by the truck and apologized, and from then on, he kind of took me under his wing, and we went on to win a lot of races together. So first race with him, we actually won my first bando race, and then you know, from there on, we were really competitive everywhere we went, and even into the legend cars. You know, he is what made me into the driver I am today. He always pushed me hard to get the best out of everything, taught me how to give advice, just taught me the ins and outs of racing, what I need to do this and do that. So Dylan's been a huge part of my racing, and he's a big part of a lot of other people's racing as well. You know, he puts his time and effort into every driver he has, and he loves to see people succeed. So I feel like that's something you really need in racing. You know, you need good people backing you, good mentors, and Dylan's got all of that. So once we started racing legend cars, about the first year after that, he was dragging us into, all right, let's go race this, let's go race that. And, you know, he had the confidence in me. We worked really hard, and it showed. We showed up to the racetrack just about every week, and we were a top 3 car no matter where we went. So Dylan's been a huge help. He is what made me into the driver I am today. And then Dylan actually referred us to Alex for the late model stuff. So we got in with Alex, and as soon as we started working with Alex, we were really good. He's coached me a good bit in the late models and taught me some things to try, and some things, you know, you pick up some different habits in a legend car than you do in a late model. One thing with the legend car, you don't have power steering. It's a little twitchy car, so you're constantly moving the wheel. I've had to learn to keep all in one motion, whereas in the legend car, you're kind of all over the place. So I was kind of used to that. Just watching GoPro feed, he's like, hey, you need to fix this. You fix this, you pick up a 10th. And a 10th at Wake County and a 10th anywhere really is most of the time going to pick you up a few spots. So I mean, a lot of people with Alex, they've taught me countless things, not just about racing, but about the way you got to carry yourself. And, you know, I've learned a ton. I've definitely matured a lot since I started racing late models. And obviously, I'm still 17, so I've got a little bit more to do. But I've definitely grown into a better and more well-spoken person than I was when I started, and that's not just because I've gotten older, but that's because I've had people around me that have taught me those things. A good race team, I feel like you can't just go to the track and race. And you got to have the shop nights where you're talking junk to each other and joking around. Team chemistry, I'd say that in every sport. If you have team chemistry, your team's going to be good. And we have good team chemistry. We can go to the shop and joke around and have a good time while working on the race car. But yeah, Alex has been a really good help. Donnie as well. We've had a lot of people come throughout our race team and throughout my whole career that have steered me in the right way. So huge thanks to Dylan, especially just all the hard work he put into me and taking the risk to take me under his wing. Alex as well. He's worked really hard, and it shows at the racetrack. We're really good. Like I said, we have 3 crew guys to some people's 10, but it doesn't really affect us. We show up, and if we're not great, we try and get better. We try to get the best we can, and like I said, good team chemistry. We're going to be a lot better.
17 years old and more championships than I've got wins under my belt.
Well, he's already surpassed me.
Yeah.
Shoot. Just to finish a race sometimes is the biggest goal, to be honest.
Sometimes you just got to see the checkered flag.
Yeah, honestly.
I want to look ahead a little bit. What are the plans for 2026?
Oh, well, you're going to see me at Wake County Speedway.
Are you going for back-to-back track championships?
Well, it's undecided yet.
Okay.
I want to venture out other places, get my name out in other places. I raced Wake all last year and didn't really get to venture out much. So I know for sure we're doing the Southern National Cars Tour race, the Wake County Cars Tour race. We're going to run spot races at Wake, spot races at South Boston. Just try and get some different tracks under my belt, not just one track. And the exposure at South Boston is really good. The competition there is really stout. So, just trying to go try new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm curious on one thing though. Is there a possibility you might run the modified race at Wake?
I was just about to add that on. So we've been looking into it, and we've been working really hard to try and find a ride for it. We're still working on it. So it's definitely a possibility, and I really hope to find a ride for it, just because it's not like we can build a modified before the race and want to run the race.
That.
So just trying to find the right person to go with. And then I really hope we can get in one, because I really think just with the amount of laps I have at that track and a modified tire is a little wider.
Yeah.
It's a big legend car, but
it's
they're a
like
lot
legend
faster.
car almost.
So I feel like we'd be really good. I feel like if we did do that race, I feel like we'd be really good.
Yeah, we met with a few teams. Just we haven't been able to line anything up yet.
Yeah.
A lot of those cars are already filled.
Oh, I understand that part of it. Yeah.
So if anyone knows a modified team that's got a car they want to put a driver in, we're get in touch with us, because we're trying to find the funding to do that. But we don't know what we need yet. That's what we have to figure out.
Yeah, any modified teams out there, you want him in your car for that race.
You would get a chance to win the race, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can promise you that.
Yeah.
So on top of looking to drive a modified, are there any other type of cars you're looking to try out?
No, not really. I still want to run a dirt legend car one day, but that'll probably be out of my back pocket. I do really want to do it. Like he said, he doesn't really like the legend cars. He races them, he gets him his stomach in a knot. But I've seen the dirt legends race. They look like a blast. Dirt micro as well. I really want to get in one of those. So there's a couple things that probably not much more on asphalt, maybe a pro late model, super late model, something like that. But nothing right now is planned, but there's definitely a lot of stuff in the air that I think about racing. But definitely something on dirt. I've always been asphalt, but I've never really touched dirt other than a backyard go-kart. So I do want to try out dirt and something someday, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. So you've been around to a couple of different tracks. Which one's your favorite one to race at?
If I'm going to be totally honest, in the legend car, I'd say the shootout, the summer shootout at Charlotte. That's a really fun track. A lot of people don't like it. That's my favorite track. It's racy, it's fast. Wake County's a really fun track for a legend car too, but I do like the summer shootout track. It is really fun. But in a late model, I'd have to say Wake County. It's definitely fun. You know, it's a tight track. You got to be right on the inside wall. Like I was talking to Jason Beck when I was doing the article for the magazine, and I said, you break this track up into four sections. 3 seconds is a quarter of the track. So that's from the flag stand to the middle of turn 1 is 3 seconds. So, I mean, it's fun. There's not really any other tracks like it that are that small and that tight. They put on good racing. You can race side by side there. You can move people, get moved, and be still right there with them. So it's definitely a fun racetrack. It's definitely my favorite track by far for the amount of fan exposure you get. It is cool. You know, you have kids come down and they want to get stuff signed. You know, that used to be me as a little kid, going up to people and talking to them. It's something really cool. You know, you don't get that at a lot of other tracks, but on a weekly race, a Friday night, we have, I mean, there's countless amounts of fans that come down and talk to you, and you know, it's something a lot of people look past, but it's something I like, and I love talking to people, so nothing like that bothers me. But I will say, Wake County has some of the best fans you're going to get.
Standing room only at that too, half the time.
Yeah, without fans, we wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Like, why show up if nobody's going to come out and enjoy the show? I mean, you know, they're there to watch us. You know, I've heard some people have told me when I start racing, you know, there's plenty of people up there in the stands that'd rather be doing what you're doing.
Yep, that's right.
You know, we do it for them. We don't do it for ourselves half the time.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's, you know, Wake County too is pretty cool. So as a kid, you know, I grew up in going to Wilson County Speedway in East Carolina. You know, as a 5-6-year-old kid, I couldn't wait for the end of the night just so I could go into the pits and check out the cars and take pictures and see the drivers and talk to them. And, you know, Wake County, other tracks may do something similar, but, you know, Charlie and Andrew, they started doing this last year, opening, you know, inviting the fans down in the pits. You know, we're there till our race might end at 11, but we never leave the track usually until, I think it's usually us.
They shut the lights off at about 12.
You're like us. They turn the lights out on
Yeah,
us.
Charlie will usually come up to us and Daniel and be like, "Hey, lock the gates," you know, when you leave. But you know, we hang out for so long because it's a good experience for us, the fans, and you know, all those drivers are friends. You know, all you guys are friends, so it's fun just to talk about the racing, you know, and talk a little trash maybe, and just hang out. You know, it's a family.
I do like that they open up the track now at the end. There's been a couple of times where we've had the Charger out, and I've been stuck next to the Charger. I shouldn't even say stuck because I enjoy, you know, being there. With lines of kids up to come look at the Charger and everything that. So
it's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome too. Next topic that we have on the list. Hey Noah, are we ever going to catch a glimpse of you in a car?
Oh man, I talk about it all the time. You see, I'm in a neck brace now. It's probably not the right time to get in a car, but after my neck surgery. But I don't know if I'll race a car again, but I will absolutely hop in one of these cars at the track at some point to do some testing, have some fun. I'd love to race it at some point. I'm almost 50 years old now. I think my days are probably over. Other than iRacing, I just got on iRacing, so I'll be wrecking everybody on that. So.
Yep, Buddy Haislip, not Noah. I'm
Buddy
Noah.
Haislip on iRacing.
Watch out for Buddy.
So,
Watch out for Buddy.
yeah, I'll probably tear up some people.
You had a 70-year-old in the Rolex this past weekend.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true. I could be, you know, Sammy Swin. You know, some of these guys still racing after long years. I'd love to do it.
You're 50 years young.
I'm 50 years young, but I honestly, I get my joy out of watching him race right now. And if I go out, I did race a couple of years ago in a legend car in one of his cars at the shootout. And I was just trying to get some tires. You know, we couldn't get tires very easily. And of course, I put it in the wall. So,
but to be fair, on his behalf, it was not set up for the shootout.
it was.
It didn't wreck it hard. We just bent the horn.
I bent the horns.
We
but
bent
nonetheless,
some back with a sledgehammer and got it back in. So
Yeah, that was my last experience
Hey,
in
he
his
did
car. I
race-
can't afford to wreck these.
He did race at the Winter Nationals, though.
I did race Winter Nationals too in the Charger division. Well, if you want to call it racing, I rode around in the back. I think we completed 6 laps before the checkered flag fell because of so many cautions. So,
Hey, that counts. Take it.
yeah. But I had fun.
Moving on for our next topic. One thing that I'm really curious to know, do you have any plans for, say, like the Snowball Derby or the Martinsville 300 or, you know, any other big kind of token races like that?
I mean, snowball would be huge. I definitely need a lot of sponsorship to run something like that. I'd love to do Martinsville, but can't do that this year. My sister's wedding. Her and Holden's wedding happens to be on Martinsville, so
Yeah, like, what were
planned
they
that on
thinking?
purpose.
yeah. But Holden wasn't too extravagant about it, but no,
It's your fault, Holden.
yeah,
Yeah.
no Haley.
Oh,
Yeah, Haley
Well,
probably chose
Haley
it,
booked
so.
it. But no, eventually Martinsville will be something I really want to run. Snowball would be super cool. I mean, it's just waiting for the right opportunity. If I get an opportunity to run snowball, that'd be legit. I'd go do it in a heartbeat, and I'd do the best I can. But that's for right now. I think, like I said, my schedule, we're going to run those 2 car tour races, South Boston, some Wake County. Obviously, Thanksgiving Classic, we run good there. Every year we've run it, so I mean, we might show up somewhere else. Who knows? Kind of just go wherever the wind takes us.
Yeah.
But I met with a couple of teams. Well, one team. We're working on a couple of deals for big races at the end of the year. Not in our car, running their car. We hope to do that. Possibly, we talked about possibly the Fall Brawl at Hickory.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Florence 400 is another. So we're if everything lines up, we hope to be able to do those couple of races with another team. I'll announce the team right now, but that's the goal, and we want to hit some of those big races.
On that top, do you think we'll see at your second favorite track at Coastal Plains any in the late model?
What what'd you say?
Do you think that we would see you at Coastal Plains in your late model this year, Annie?
I don't think they're running late model though. Besides the car store race, right? Or are they? I mean,
URA
schedule.
series, ain't
I
it?
haven't checked the real schedule, but I know they're opening back up to run.
I don't know. I know we're not running the car store race.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna skip
That's not
that
my
one.
favorite track. I've won a lot of races during the Legend car, but it's not my favorite track.
Okay.
It's fun. It's really fun, but
It's a bit of a unique kind of layout.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's different. It's fun, but I don't think we're doing that race this year.
Okay.
Oh.
Do
You've
keep
been
that one
considering Bowman Gray?
on. Absolutely not.
Even
Someone-
if they bring legends there?
Now,
That was the
someone would
quickest
like
no you could have ever done, too.
if they were in a Legend car, they'd 100% do it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have that. Most of those guys run straight rail stuff, so
Yeah,
nothing
it's
perimeter
different.
like we have, and nobody, no matter how stupid they are, is going to bring the late models we have to Bowman Gray. But now, I think someone did like a raffle off a race or something.
Yeah.
If I won the raffle, yeah, I'd be there in the car.
There you go, yeah.
Give you a good reason to
But-
go. We got the raffle one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, No, but I definitely do. That would be a cool track to race, just not our equipment. But I do like. I enjoy watching. I enjoy going. It's always action packed. So I will say though, those guys out there, no matter where they run in the race, they have a good amount of sponsors. Just because, I mean, you look at it, the stands are full on a weekly basis. There's another track, besides Wake County that has the fan base.
Yeah.
It is cool. I'm sure when you win there, and it sounds like a NASCAR race when you win there and people get out of the car. It's cool. It's a different atmosphere, for sure. Like I said, it's action packed. So I don't think I'd be bringing any of my equipment there.
Not if I own it. We will
I
not.
would not want to.
Maybe if they had like a skid plate race or something.
That's why they have all those sponsors to fix their cars for the
Yep.
week. For the
Yeah.
next race.
I mean, you look there though. You go there for their weekly show. Half the guys in the top 10 don't finish with body panels. So
yeah,
I mean, that just tells you your answer there.
yeah.
So moving on to our last question before the fan question, so second to last. If you weren't racing late models, legend cars, NASCAR regional, what would you be racing? Is there any other series out there that has caught your attention?
I raced the road course once in a bando. Some of that road course stuff looks good. But if I didn't race asphalt, like late models and stuff like that, I'd probably say go to dirt route. You can make it. There's limits to dirt. You don't have a NASCAR for dirt, but they do run some dirt races. But we're talking about the winnings for those races are pretty high.
There's some big purses in
There's
dirt.
some big purses in dirt late model racing. Tulsa Shootout a few weeks ago. That's good exposure. There's a lot of cars there. You go there and do good.
Yeah.
You can show that to anybody and they're like, wow.
I mean, I saw the entry list for the Chili Bowl. It was like
Yeah.
800 plus or something like that.
Yeah, those races bring in a lot.
Dirt stuff gets a lot. Now, I will say we're not in the right area here to run dirt. I guess on a micro level, 'cause you got to start out somewhere.
Yeah, Millbridge, but that's kind of
Millbridge. Millbridge, what was that? 2.5 hours?
That's not too bad. We talked about doing that this year a couple of times.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think he's already reached out to someone about renting their car a couple of times.
I mean, I can't really think of a lot of other dirt tracks in the area though. Like Millbridge is the first one that really comes to mind.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
County Line, but
County Line, yeah.
There's definitely more asphalt tracks than there are dirt tracks in this
yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Now you get out west, there's a lot more dirt tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, I'd say the micro stuff, and then work my way up through that. It's kind of just like this. I mean, a micro there is a bando and asphalt.
Kind of like what Brexton's doing, I guess, on the dirt side there. You know, start small and work your way up till whatever he's going to wind up doing.
Yeah, Braxton, I think Braxton's running some junior late models this year.
Yep.
That's what I heard too.
so-
Yeah, so he's done. He's a great kid, though. I mean,
He's a good kid.
he's always cool to hang out with that track.
Yeah.
Kyle too, and they've done a great job with that kid. He can wheel a car. He's gonna do great.
And he's very well spoken for his
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He's a good talker for his age.
Yeah. Well, bringing us up to our last question. It's the fan question. This one comes from Anthony Recusa, driver the number 22 DSM car.
That's the Illinois State champion.
Shout out to the Illinois
Yeah,
State champion. Yep. So Anthony wants to know if you have any special race day preparations other than getting the car ready. Like, what's something unique to you? Do you put your left shoe on before your right, or
No, most of the time, I mean, something that's always, I guess, stuck with me ever since I started racing with Dylan. He was like, hey, man, there's mac and cheese bites here at Sheets. Now, every day before a race, I get mac and cheese bites or an app sampler from Sheets. And that's usually my fuel for the day. But I do have one other thing. A lot of people don't notice it. I don't even know if he knows, but I've always had this $1 bill that sits in my suit pocket no matter which suit it is.
really?
And I think I had bought something at the racetrack one day, and I won my first legend car race that day with $1 in my pocket. So I stuck with it and won a lot of races, and I've had $1 in my pocket about every time.
He's waiting to spend that dollar. Something
Yeah, he's waiting.
Yeah, or maybe that
$1, sir. Oh,
or maybe that dollar
I'm
turns
ready.
into a lot. Yeah.
Now I gotta ask: did Anthony share what he does to prepare?
No, he didn't.
I know what he does.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Anthony, so I used to carry Anthony every now and then. Well, I had to pick him up a couple of times. We went to some shootout. He was going up there, and so Anthony, if you listen, I know this.
Oh, he will be.
He's got his earbuds in. He's got some motivational speaking and music going on.
man.
Every time, we're like, what do you listen to? I'm listening to something motivational. Anthony's a trip though, but yeah, he's Anthony's a cool guy. I'm I like it that he comes down from Chicago and races with us and hangs out. And congratulations again. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's definitely committed. Coming all
top
the way
of
down
that-
from Chicago.
On top of that, always make sure to wear all black.
To wear all black?
yeah.
All black
That's right.
pants.
I know.
And I do. A lot of people don't do this, but I wear my suit over black pants. No matter if it's 100 degrees
it's
outside.
summer in the South.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wear.
Wear all black and keep a dollar bill in your pocket, folks.
Hey, I will say this though, for us three, I think we need to start going to Sheets before we start racing now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. We need to go before now. Get that sampler and bites.
Yeah.
You need other tools than Harbor Freight. That's the problem.
I'm gonna start going to Sheets. I might win a race.
Put a dollar bill in your pocket, too.
Yeah, I could do that too.
But you gotta buy something at the racetrack.
Yeah, see, I got to buy something, then I'll put it in the.
That's right. Go to Jerry's and get a T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny how many times I run into drivers after the race going to Sheets. Like, it's
yeah.
me. I know David goes to get
Yeah.
hot
Every week.
Yeah.
I do. I go get me a
Aaron
milkshake.
Crumpler.
Yeah.
Sheets or Waffle House is the place to go.
Yeah, it's rare that we don't stop by Sheets. on the way
Waffle
home.
House closes after the.
Nah.
Yeah.
Do they?
They started
They're
closing.
Waffle House
open.
always open.
No. You're too young.
That
It's
one
okay.
time
Yeah,
we
you're too young.
we
You're
went
too
to go.
I used to go to Waffle House.
You haven't
and then we
experienced the first
stopped.
2 a.m.
Yeah,
Waffle House
2
thing.
a.m.
Yeah, Waffle House is always open.
Get a waffle to fight.
They were probably open during the ice storm.
They probably were.
They were. That's where we ate at.
Probably
While we were plowing. Yeah.
Well, everybody, without further ado, thank you all for tuning in to.
You're
Wait,
missing
wait,
something.
dude.
I'm missing something?
The
Yeah.
dad joke?
Oh, I'm missing something. Okay. I forgot about this part too. I didn't have it on my notes.
Oh my God.
TJ, send us off with the dad joke, and then Noah, we need your dad joke too.
Oh gosh,
I almost skipped this one, folks.
I don't know if I can even tell my jokes on the air, so I probably shouldn't. But I can probably get a joke really quick from one of my buddies right there in the
We'll let
back,
TJ
but,
go first while you hit some notes really quick.
Yeah, soon.
No, I don't really have any dad jokes. That's I really don't. I don't tell a whole lot of jokes like that. I'll just come up with
Carson
stuff
looks
on
like
the
he's
fly
got one.
We
usually.
could probably
I'm
beep
thinking.
some stuff out if need be.
Let me search one.
I don't have one. I don't know. I'm that's pretty bad.
It's gonna be.
You can go ahead.
It's gonna be easy.
Go for it. I want to hear yours.
Funny
go
dad
ahead then.
joke.
So this morning before work, I had to clear the ice off my windshield, and I didn't have an ice scraper, so I pulled out my discount card, but I can only get 50% off.
No, I will say this is not a dad joke, but the other night I had to get my truck de-iced. We had to make a trip the other night. I didn't have an ice scraper, and I had no plans of leaving anywhere. Carson, he did leave the key to the truck. He was at home, but I was like, I don't know if I've got a key to the truck. So I found the key, and I fired it up. And I let it warm up for 30 minutes, and I'm like, man, I still got like a half inch of ice on the truck. I'm like, what am I gonna do here? So all I could find to scrape this ice off was the plastic piece that holds the windshield on my golf cart. So I pulled it off and started scraping ice, and probably scratched the window and everything else up. I don't know, but that's not a joke. But talking about the ice scraper, I didn't have one either, and I was able to use this piece of plastic to get this ice off the truck.
I don't have one. I waited for the sun to get on my car. Just said,
Hey, I
hope
let
that
it
works.
run and run with the heat on. I'm like, "Yeah, it's not coming off. It's too cold."
Yeah.
And you probably couldn't see out of them windows.
I couldn't see. Yeah. Well, you can talk about your sponsor.
Oh,
I don't know if that's cool to just tell about
Go for it,
your
yeah.
new sponsor, Mr. Dan Side. We appreciate it. Dan did tint the windows in the truck, and I get in the truck to drive it at night for the first time. I'm like, I'm almost 50 years old. I can't even see out the window.
Yeah.
So I'm riding around in 15 degrees with the windows down just so I can see how to turn the thing. So, yeah, but
I saw that post and I reached out to him, so I'm gonna get him to do my personal truck, whenever this weather stops and I can actually get back home.
Yeah, I will say the tint is great. So if you
no.
do need your windows tinted, he did an excellent job.
He does everything. Well, when I say everything, he does PPF stuff. I guess that's his main thing, which is a paint protective film.
Yeah.
Goes on there so rock hits your fender. You pull your PPF off, put a new piece on. It doesn't do anything to your paint.
Yeah.
But I guess he can take your gloss black truck, put PPF on, and turn it into a matte black truck. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's some cool stuff with what Dan does. Tint work was great too.
Yeah, and we picked up another too. Our garage floor is a little dirty right now, but great folks at Garage Gladiators came on board this year too. So hopefully when it cools down a little bit, or warms up a little bit, I'm sorry, we'll get them in here to redo these garage floors. But be looking for posts from them too, because they do some great work on garage flooring. And we appreciate all the sponsors we have and what's coming on board, including Simpson Race Product came on board with us today,
Nice.
as well as
There you
Stillo
go.
Helmets and Hans. So we'll have Simpson, Stillo, and Hans with us on the car this year too. So cool stuff happening.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, now without further ado,
Yeah.
did you come up with a dad joke, or are we
I
saying
don't have one. I'm sorry.
TJ wins the dad
You got
joke
one?
competition for this week?
I got one. I
you got- I'll
just
let
saw it
Carson
on
You're
my
not even a
phone.
dad. All right, go for it.
Why did the coach
Not a
go
dad
to?
either.
Why did the football coach go to the bank
Why? Get his quarterback?
to get his quarterback?
On that note, folks, have yourself a great one. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of 3 Idiots, 1 Trailer, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.